Hi again, everyone. Scott Pyre, pop cult fan here, and in this video, just the other day, I went ahead and finally saw a movie that came out a year ago, The Adam Project, which is a movie starring Ryan Reynolds, and I want to give my review of the movie now that I've seen it, because I didn't watch the movie until now recently, so I want to give my thoughts on it. Before I do, though, I want to say that the director, Sean Levy, he's made a lot of movies that I have seen. Because I was looking up his filmography, and he's directed Cheaper by the Dozen, which is a movie that I have a lot of fond memories watching, as well as the Pink Panther remake, the Night at the Museum movies, and also he's one of the executive producers, one of the showrunners of Stranger Things. So he has a lot of talent as a comedy director, and I also think he's really good at finding really good talent in young child stars. Millie Bobby Brown as 11 is a perfect example of that, and I think what he did with this movie, the Adam Project, was pretty satisfying for the most part. I think Ryan Reynolds, whenever I see him in a movie other than Deadpool, his performance just feels a lot like Wade Wilson in other movies that he's in, except for maybe the Detective Pikachu movie, because you don't see him until the very end of that film. But in a lot of his recent movies, his performance just feels like Wade Wilson, in regards to humor and the way he is, the way he comes off, being sort of not a very nice guy, and his character of Adam is very much that in this movie. And what's interesting is how this movie starts in the year of 2050, and this is a science fiction time travel film. So we have Adam as an adult in the year of 2050, and he goes on a mission to go back to 2018, but something goes wrong, and he ends up in 2022, the year of this movie's release, and he finds his younger self, Walker Scobell, as a young Adam. And the story, the way it picks up, it goes at a pretty good pace. It has a really good pace. This movie is very entertaining from beginning to end, and easily the one thing that you watch this movie for is the banter and the relationship between Ryan Reynolds and Walker Scobell. I think Walker Scobell does a really good job portraying a younger version of Ryan Reynolds' character, and he's sort of a nerdy kid with asthma, but he's also not nice, like not even to his own mom. And what I like about this movie is that there's a character arc for both versions of Adam, the adult Adam and the young Adam, and the way those two balance with each other, I thought was perfect. I loved the relationship between the two of them, especially towards the end when you do see some character growth from the younger version of Adam. And I really like how this movie has the sci-fi element, but it's more of in a back burner. Like it's not the main focus. Like the main focus is following these two leads, and I liked how we get that sci-fi element, but it's not something you're totally invested in. And the sci-fi aspect of things in this movie, it treads on tropes of movies from the 80s, like Back to the Future, Terminator, really good examples of movies that sort of influenced the tone and look and feel of all of the sci-fi element that you see throughout this film. And I do also think that the main villain of this movie, she's okay. Like, they don't really do a lot with her character. and you don't really get a whole lot with that character. Like I said, this movie focuses mostly on Ryan Reynolds and Walker Scobell and their relationship, and I just don't think they did that great of a job with the villain. She was okay, but overall, I think the music was also really good, and there's some great action scenes as well, especially with this one weapon that's basically a double-bladed lightsaber, and there were some really nice moments with that weapon throughout this film, and that was really cool. I think Walker Scobell in this movie, this was definitely his breakout role as a child star, and I can't wait to see him as Percy Jackson in the upcoming Percy Jackson show. He's a great young lead, and I can't wait to see more of him and see his acting improve over time as he gets older. And I thought he was great. He was kind of like he was like the smartest character in this movie, and I really liked that. I think this movie does a really good job sort of using both their personalities, both the Ryan Reynolds adult version of Adam and Walker Scobell's a young version of Adam, the way they're sort of opposites of each other but also still being the same character. I loved that. That was great. And overall, it's just a very enjoyable film, and this is the kind of movie that I think a lot of people will enjoy. And I don't think there's going to be like a sequel or anything. This is just sort of a one-off science fiction film. So it's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see Deadpool 3, because Sean Levy, he's also directing that as well, and it's really cool to see Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds work together in so many of these different projects, like this, and also the Free Guy movie that came out a couple of years ago, and Deadpool 3. It's really cool to see these two work together so much, and I like that a lot. So that's why I thought it would be a really good time to review this movie, because not only was it Walker Scobell's breakout role, but it's also a movie that just shows what Ryan Reynolds can do along with Sean Levy before the release of Deadpool 3, and I can't wait for that. So if I had to give this movie, The Adam Project, a grade, I'd say give it B+. I think that'd be my grade for it. I don't think it's a great film, but I don't think it's terrible either. It's a B average science fiction movie, and it's really enjoyable. All right, that's my review. And one more thing before I end this off, I am going to LA this weekend. We're leaving tomorrow, sometime mid-morning, so that will be my main reason for why I might not upload a video for the next couple of days, which is another reason why I wanted to get this video out now, so that way you guys can have this to watch, and to let you guys know that I will be away for the next couple of days in LA. We're going to Disneyland, so that's gonna be a lot of fun, and can't wait for that. All right, guys, I'll see you all next week. Take care, and have a great weekend.